Hi, so I'm going to show you real quick how you can secure your new PC, whether it be a home PC or work PC. Um, this is a new installation of Windows 10. It could be a laptop or a desktop. In this case, it's a virtual machine. But I've run through with the initial installation and I have my user account set up. So this is the user account that was created during the initial installation of Windows 10, which I've signed into. So the first things that we want to do is we want to come down into Start and we want to go into Settings and we want to take a look at User Accounts. Now, what you'll notice is that my user accounts, and this is default for Windows 10, is an administrator account. So whichever account that you go and install Windows 10 with, so you run through the initial installation wizard, will be created as an administrator account. This isn't good for protection from online threats and cybersecurity because any kind of malicious code that is running, any kind of viruses that get on the system can run with the permissions of the user. In this case, full-blown administrator, I can make any changes to the PC and therefore any code that is running under my user account can do the same thing, which is bad. This is what we want to prevent. Now I'm going to show you a method by which you can go and restrict this account. Now when I say restrict this account, all that it means is that you're going to be able to do your day-to-day working, but when we try and do anything that requires, installation of software, changing of main system files, it's going to prompt us for a password. Now, there are different ways to do this process, but I'm going to show you this process because this will work on all versions of Windows 10, including Home. So the first thing that we need is we need another user account. So we're coming into Family and Other People down here. And then what we want to do is add someone else to this PC. And this will launch a little wizard by which we can add a user. Now, if you're connected online, which I am at the moment, this screen will load and prompt to see if we want to import a Microsoft account. And we don't want to do this. So what we want to do is click on, I don't have this person sign in information. And then we want to say, I want to add a user without a Microsoft account. This is going to be a local user on the PC, and I'm going to give it the name install, okay, with a password, super secure. And then I don't want a password hint. I don't want anyone to be able to guess it. So there we go. Okay, so I've got this local account and I'm going to just highlight this account and change the account type. The reason why I want to do this is by default it is created as a standard user account and I want this to be an administrator account. So I'm just going to go and change that to an administrator, and then the next thing that we're going to do is sign out of this user account that we're currently in and go back to the Windows 10 login screen. Okay, so this time I'm going to select my newly created account, in this case install, and I'm going to log in with my account. Now this is going to take a couple of minutes the first time that you log in with this user. It's creating up the profile, it's going to check for updates, all that kind of thing. Okay, so Windows has created our user account and logged us in. And what I want to do is come again into settings. And again, I need to go into accounts. So what you'll see is that this account is an administrator account, which is what we want. And again, I'd like to go into Family and Other People, and this time select my user account that I will use day to day. And what I need to do is change the account type from administrator to a standard user. What this will do is this will put restrictions on that account. Okay, so I need to log off again, sign in with the other account now. So sign out of my install account. It's not my day-to-day working account, so I don't want to be signing into that. Okay, so sign into my normal day-to-day account. I'm just going to show you what these restrictions look like. When I say restrictions, this is things that require any kind of permission escalation. So if you're trying to install software, you're going to be prompted for a password. If you try and make any changes to the machine, you're going to be prompted for a password too. Okay, so what I'm going to do on this PC is I'm just going to simply go and disable a network adapter. This is something that an administrator user has permissions to do, but it's something that a standard user doesn't. So in this case, I'm just going to select my network adapter here. There's only one available, and I'm going to try and disable the adapter. Now what you can see is that I'm being prompted by user access control to provide the permissions to be able to do this. Now if I don't know the password, the change won't be made. It's only when I type in the correct password that the change is made. Now this is good for security because it means that any change to your machine you're aware of because you're prompted to give the authority to do so, to make that change. If you're working as a standard user account, you don't need to give any permissions. You already have this. And so this is good for security. It will increase your security, and I recommend that you go and set it up. It takes 5 minutes to do so. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.